So you're thinking about moving to the North Texas area and you're looking at suburbs around the Dallas-Fort Worth, or you're just not really sure where you end up? Well, today we're gonna be in the community of Pecan Square in the town of Northlake.
Okay, so like Brandon said, we are here in a little town called Northlake Texas. I'm sure you've never heard of it, but don't let that scare you because it's literally a suburb of the Dallas-Fort Worth area, mainly more Fort Worth. So if you've heard of Dallas, if you've heard of Fort Worth, you're not too far from the town of Northlake, Texas. It is about 1 mile from I-35 West, so not far from there, about 25 miles to the DFW International Airport. So that's not too bad of a drive either. Pecan Square is a master plan community. We are actually in what's called the town square. So there's a lot of places that we want to show you today. Behind us is what's called the arena. So we'll talk to you about the arena, Pioneer Park. You've got Jackson Hall. And then over here, you've also got what's called the greeting house. The HOA here runs anywhere from about $2,800 a year to about $3,000. All this is also on their website, by the way, and it's really going to depend on your lot size as far as what your HOA is. But that includes access to all these amenities. There's also 2 pools and a splash pad that we're going to take you by. It also includes your internet and cable. Now, if you happen to live on a lot, 40-foot or 70-foot lot, and you're like some of these homes, you probably can't see them behind me, but some of these homes, they have a rear entry. Your front yard maintenance is also included in those HOA fees. So you do get a lot here. Like I said, internet and cable is included as well. We are also going to take you on a tour of an Ashton Woods home here in Pecan Square. So you'll get a sneak peek of what some of the homes look like here in Pecan Square. And if you'll stick around to the end, I'm going to do a short map tour of Pecan Square and the areas around it. So you can kind of get a feel of where it is according to Dallas and Fort Worth, and then what amenities there are outside of this community. Okay, so right behind me is Jackson Hall. So this is a space for recreation, fun, and family. You can host workshops here. You can host learning activities. There's also a fitness center inside. There's actually 2 pools here and a splash pad.
Before Pecan Square was built, this property, these several hundred acres, used to be a horse ranch. The building here behind us, Jackson Hall, the original home on the property had these 3 steeples. And I remember as a kid driving down 407, the main road, and seeing this and thinking this was just an enormous house. Also, the arena, which we'll see here in a little bit, that is the original arena that was part of the property, and it was refurbished to become this new arena for Pecan Square.
Okay, so we are here inside Jackson Hall. I wanted to give you just a sneak peek about how amazing this space is. Like I said, this is a family space. You can play pool. There's all kinds of games and spaces here. The fitness center is right over here, and you can host workshops here, learning activities. Y'all, this is a really beautiful, cool space. Okay, so I mentioned that there are 2 pools and a splash pad. So right behind me, you've got 2 separate pools. One is really kind of more relaxing for adults, and then you've got one over here that is more for kids, and there's people in there swimming, so we won't take a close look, but there's also a splash pad over there. This is right behind Jackson Hall, so you can be inside playing pool with your friends, and then maybe someone else is out here watching the kids while they're swimming. So a lot of great activities, a lot of good choices out here in Jackson Hall in Pecan Square. Okay, so now I am standing in Pioneer Park. This is a cute little dog-themed playground for kids, not for dogs. But as you can see, there's slides. There is a playground for the kids over here on top of the hill, but there's so much more than that. There is a pizza oven. There's an outdoor grill over here. Yo, a pizza oven, seriously. There's a pizza oven here. There are picnic tables for you to have a picnic with your family. There's all kinds of chairs. There's a little covered pavilion over there. There's so much here at Pioneer Park. So, you can be inside the arena doing something while your kids are out here playing. You've got the pools over there as well. Jackson Hall, where you can relax and read a book. There's just so much to offer here at Pecan Square, but let's go inside the arena and check that out.
So now we're here in the arena. So we've got a 22,000 square foot covered pavilion with all kinds of things going on. So behind me, we've got 2 pickleball courts. We have a full length basketball area. So they also host live music events. They host a farmer's market. So all kinds of things going on. If you work remote from home, if you notice right over here behind me, there's a sign that says, if you walk 9 laps around the pavilion, that you can get your 1 mile walk in. It's covered. There's a nice breeze today, even though it's hot. So what a nice place to be able to take a little lunch break, get a little exercise in before you go back to work. So now we're on the other side of the pavilion, and there's also a caterer's kitchen. So you could host your own events and have just an amazing space to host your friends and family.
Okay, so before Brandon talks about the greeting house here, a little bit about Pecan Square. So the idea behind a neighborhood or community like Pecan Square is they wanted it to have that small town feel where it's a tight community, it's friendly, and you are interacting with other people that live in the neighborhood. I feel like that is lost in a lot of places now. You just kind of go in your garage, you shut the door, and you don't know your neighbors. But a place like Pecan Square was built for friendliness, community, and connection. And the whole point of Pecan Square is really this town square behind me and around me that has all these event spaces and meeting spaces and things like that.
In the greeting house, there are spaces for you to be able to work remotely and workrooms.
There's co-working space as well. Mm-hmm. There's a snack room. Mm-hmm. And then what about the
also Amazon packages? There's Amazon package delivery area. So if you prefer not to have your package left on your doorstep, well, they've got spaces inside that will safely secure your packages.
Yeah, it's called the Post and Parcel, and it is a cute little room with these, looks like little lockers and places where you can securely have your packages delivered to you. But greeting house is a great space. If you're working remotely, you may have an office in your house, but if you're anything like me, I get really distracted when I'm at home working, and sometimes I need to locate or relocate, somewhere else. So that's what this space is for. You can also, like Brandon was saying, there's co-working space too. And then of course, who doesn't want to snack while you work? So lots of great space here at the greeting house to be productive.
So they also have a horticulturist that is a part of the community. And I don't know about you, but I have a green thumb, but there are times that I don't know what to plant. Well, this horticulturist will be able to help you out, tell you what to plant, when to plant, how to water, and tell you all the right plants that go in your yard in Pecan Square.
Yeah, like for instance, I think in July or whenever it is, he'll send out something to all the residents, say, okay, it's time to plant watermelons if you want to plant watermelons, or it's time to fertilize. So that is really helpful. And one thing that I really like about that is it helps maintain the appearance of the neighborhood. And what else did we find out? That he also tests the soil like every 3 months or so. So that way you know what to plant, you know what's going to thrive and what's not going to thrive. Okay, so I told you earlier that I was going to take you through a tour of a home here in Pecan Square. So here we are in an Ashton Woods home. These homes are fabulous. Lots of details, lots of character in these homes. As you can see behind me, I just love the front door, how the light comes into the entryway. But anyway, let's talk just a little bit about this home in particular. This is just an example of what you can get with an Ashton Woods home. This house has 4 bedrooms, 3 full bathrooms. I don't know about you, but that's a big deal to me to have 3 full bathrooms. I absolutely love that. It's about 2,780 square feet, and it runs about 500,000, maybe a little bit more than that. Lots of character here. You can see the walls and the breakfast nook, the amazing brick fireplace. I absolutely love the brick fireplace. It's so cozy. And then let's go over here into the kitchen. One thing I do love about the kitchen is how open it is, the shaker saw cabinets, and this amazing backsplash that you get above the oven and stove area. I love the brick backsplash. This home also does have an office. We know a lot of people these days are working from home, or maybe you're a hybrid working from home, so that's another plus. We're gonna go head upstairs real quick. As I'm talking, we'll talk a little bit more about what else there is here in Pecan Square. So like I said, this home is an Ashton Woods home. Let's see. Oh, you've got some other builders here. You've got David Weekley, you've got Coventry, Highland Homes as well. Here it is here. Love this bedroom. And these black doors, I'm really a fan of that. I don't know if you are, but I'm really liking it. So what I do like about Pecan Square, it is a master plan community. The homes here run from about maybe the low fours or 420. In fact, Ashton Woods does have homes right now in that price range, up to 800,000. So what I love about a place like Pecan Square is whether you live in a home that's in the low fours or 800,000 or more, you still get all the amenities. So you still get the 2 pools, the splash pad, the Jackson Hall, the arena, Pioneer Park. You still get all those amenities. Oh, you also have your cable and internet is included in your HOA, which we haven't talked about HOA yet, but we'll get to that in a second. We'll talk about what all is included there. But so here we are in Ashton Woods home. This is zoned for Byron Nelson High School. According to niche.com, Northwest ISD is highly rated, but you're going to want to check that out on your own. The elementary school is opening up this fall. That's actually in Pecan Square. And right now the middle school is Gene Pike. So like I said, you're going to want to make sure that if that's really important to you, that you check the zoning before you purchase a home. But here's what you get in Ashton Woods home here in Pecan Square. Great place, great amenities, great finish outs in this home. Absolutely love it. Oh, look at the front porch behind me. See, this is the small town living that Pecan Square has tried to create. A lot of front porches, so you're going to see that that's really common here so that you can actually get to know your neighbors and live in community. So Pecan Square has a lot to offer the residents that live here. There's also a dog park here. They have food trucks that come by every day from Tuesday through Friday.
Saturday or Sunday.
Tuesday to Saturday. Yeah. They've had coffee carts here. That's really cool. I saw some of the food trucks that come by and I thought that was really cool. We also just learned too that at Christmas time out here in the lawn, they have a Christmas tree lighting party. So if there's tons of activities every day of the week already, which by the way, it sounds like they have an activity every single day of the week, whether it's for kids or for adults. I can't imagine what Christmas time is like here. So Pecan Square is an amazing master plan community that really, really fosters friendliness. It fosters community and just being together with your neighbors and also being active.
So there are also multiple spaces here that you can rent, like the arena across the way. They've had family reunions, they've had weddings. There's spaces inside the greeting house for business meetings. They have projector televisions so that you could have a meeting and be able to use the projectors. There's all kinds of different spaces to rent.
And over here in Jackson Hall, which was that more family space, the fun space, you can rent it out for your kid's birthday party. If you don't want everyone in your home, you can rent that space out instead. Like I said, there are 2 pools here. They're both 2,000 square foot pools. Well, they're adding a 3rd pool, which I'm not surprised with as many residents as there are, and it's going to be a 4,000 square foot pool with lap lines. They're also opening up more pickleball courts in front of the elementary school that's opening up this fall. So tons to do here in Pecan Square. All right, so I said if you stuck around to the end that we would take a short map tour of Pecan Square. So let's go ahead and get to that. I'm going to share my screen with y'all. Okay, so here we are at Pecan Square. Let's just draw a circle of where Pecan Square is. So here we go. Here's Pecan Square. Now I'm going to zoom out just a little bit so we can see where Pecan Square is in relation to Dallas and Fort Worth. So here is Dallas, easy to see. Here is Fort Worth, easy to see. And then you've got Denton up here, okay? And then you've got Pecan Square over here. So Pecan Square is clearly a suburb more of Fort Worth rather than Dallas. You're going to come down, I-35W if you're coming from Denton, or if you're coming from Fort Worth, that's how you're going to get to Pecan Square, whereas Dallas is I-35 East, okay? Oops, looks like we got off a little bit. There it is. So this is where Pecan Square is in relationship to, or in relation to the Dallas-Fort Worth area. All right, so you can see that it's quite some distance away. So Pecan Square is right here where you see where it says Coral City. If I zoom in even more, It'll say Northlake. Okay, here we go. So it is right off I-35. It's about a mile off I-35. The main street that's going to run through, or next to, it doesn't run through Pecan Square, but right at Pecan Square is 407. And right across the street from Pecan Square, you've got some shops. So, or across the street and then further down. So, you know, one thing that Pecan Square or Northlake, let's just say Northlake, is not going to have are a lot of restaurants. You are going to have to drive a little bit in order to get restaurants. And currently there isn't a grocery store that's super close. I think Kroger is about, was it 9 miles or maybe even 10 minutes, which these roads, you know, can drive pretty quickly. So I don't know how inconvenient that is for you. I guess it depends on where you're coming from. If you're coming from New York, that's going to be a drive for you. But you know what, if you're used to living in the suburbs, 10-minute drive to the grocery store is really no big deal. So, but they don't currently have one in Northlake, but I hear they are working on that. But you've got a Mexican restaurant. Look, if the town has a Mexican restaurant, I'm good to go because I love Mexican food. I think I could eat Mexican food every single day. And this one is a good one. There's pizza. Here's the police department. You've got churches here. There's a private school. And there's other little restaurants too, like I think there's a little sushi place. You've got a place you can get your hair done, you can get your nails done. There are some boutiques, dentist, doctor's office, things like that. So as you can see, there are some shops, and that's all along this little strip right here. Okay, so you know what you need for convenience is there. There's gas station, things like that, and right about here there is actually a pretty nice liquor store and gas station. But if you're looking for somewhere to eat, then what you're going to do is you're going to head down 407. And you do have Argyle right here, so there are a couple of little restaurants there. I do know there's a coffee shop in here too, by the way. But let's keep going down 407. You're going to hit Marty B's, which is a great place for live music. Huge restaurant. They serve more like, you know, barbecue and, you know, sausage, things like that. Great cocktails. Oh, there's stuffed jalapenos. Okay. That's really good. I forgot about that. But yeah, so just keep heading down, you know, 407 here, and then you're going to hit Highland Village. So there is a lot of shopping here at Highland Village. A lot of boutique shopping. And then there's places like Target and things like that. There's a Walmart, but there are a lot of great restaurants there. We really like to go to Gloria's. It's a Latin cuisine restaurant, one of our favorite places to go. We absolutely love it. But as you can see, you know, there's an Indian restaurant, there's fine dining. You even have your Chick-fil-A. And if you don't know what Chick-fil-A is, you're missing out. You'll love Chick-fil-A. So, you know, it's not that far from Pecan Square. It's really just down 407. And oh, there's Gloria's right there. You know, you've got Home Depot, Lowe's, Academy Sports, Whole Foods, great grocery store. The Kroger is further this way. I believe it's Kroger right here. So not too far. As you can see, there's Kroger right there, and then you've got I-35 right there. So see, Kroger, Pecan Square. All right, so that's what I've got for the Pecan Square map tour. But if new construction is something you're considering, which most of the homes in Pecan Square, more than likely, it would be new construction. There are pre-owned homes as well, so you don't have to go the new construction route. But if that is something you're considering, then I encourage you to go back and watch our video on new construction, because it is a different animal than buying pre-owned. But you know, if you're considering new construction, and you like the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but you don't want to be in Dallas or Fort Worth, consider a place like Pecan Square, a master plan community that was built around that small town feel that promotes, you know, being connected, being in community. It's got a very friendly atmosphere, and there's just always something to do. So whether you are, you know, raising a small family, you know, small children, or even, you know, kids are in middle school, great place, you know, for them to hang out as well. Or if you've got grandkids, it's another great place. And we have clients out there that don't have children, and they still love living out there. In fact, they've thrown their own events out there too. So, You know, it's not just for people that have kids, it's really for everyone. If you work from home and you know you need to get out of the office, but you want someplace close by, well, Pecan Square is a great place to consider. But we have people just like you reaching out to us all the time, just, you know, asking questions about what it's like to live in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, which is North Texas, and we absolutely love it. So if that's you and you're looking to move in 9 days, 9 months, or whatever, you know, it could be in the next few months, give us a call, shoot us a text, you can send us an email. All the information is in the description below. We would love to help you make that move to the Texas area. And if this is your first time to our channel, don't forget to like, subscribe, and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know everything there is to know about living in the North Texas area. Don't forget to check out our other videos, and we'll see you on the next one.